Hi, I'm Brandy Aguilar. It's Friday, April 24th, 2009. In this week's Beaker Beat, did Roche overpay in their deal to acquire Genentech? See what news this week has people questioning the price. The M&A file isn't slowing down. GlaxoSmithKline does yet another deal, this time in the skin world, and another Pfizer marketing scheme in hot water. We'll have that and more in this week's edition of Beaker Beat. The leadership at Roche's global headquarters in Switzerland may be wondering if their deal for Genentech was worth every penny. It took 8 months to close the deal, and in the end, Roche agreed to pay almost $47 billion to acquire the remaining shares of Genentech it did not already own. Now, some are questioning the move after a study revealed that Genentech's Avastin failed in a potential new treatment for early-stage colon cancer. While Avastin is already a cancer blockbuster, in the final months of negotiation, this trial was seen as a tipping point for Genentech's demand that Roche increase their price. Now many are wondering if the $95 per share price was justified. The stock markets agree as they sent Roche's shares down 10% in Swiss trading on the heels of the announcement. Roche Pharma CEO Bill Burns said the results were disappointing, but Avastin remains a big seller and there's still hope it could be used in early-stage cancer. One analyst says that while Roche may have been able to buy Genentech at a lower price, time will only tell whether they get their money's worth. The M&A files has some new names to add to the list across the device and pharmaceutical sectors. GlaxoSmithKline said it will pay almost $3 billion to buy U.S. dermatology company Stiefel Laboratories in the biggest acquisition so far for new GSK CEO Andrew Whitty. This comes less than a week after another deal for Glaxo, where they announced a partnership with Pfizer to combine their HIV portfolios. Stiefel, who is the world's biggest independent dermatology company, went up for sale earlier this year. It had reportedly drawn some interest from companies like Johnson & Johnson and Novartis AG. GSK's move for Stiefel proves that dermatology, traditionally a low-margin category, is now again attractive to companies looking for stability and security in their revenue stream. Remember, GSK sold their dermatology business to Altana in 2005, but has now re-entered the market as a move toward a reliable revenue source in this R&D productivity drought. Andrew Whitty said the addition of Stiefel's portfolio will provide immediate revenue flows to GSK with significant opportunities to enhance growth through leveraging our existing global commercial infrastructure and manufacturing capability. The deal is expected to close in the third quarter. San Diego medical device company NuVasive has agreed to buy Servitech. The initial payment for the New Jersey-based company will be around $47 million. However, that price could go up an additional $33 million if the FDA approves Servitech's PCM cervical disc system. The disc replacement device, which is used during spinal surgeries, is currently in clinical trials in the U.S., with results expected in the fourth quarter of 2009. Sanofi Aventis is buying up the competition. The French drug maker said it was acquiring privately held U.S. biotech company Bipar Sciences for up to $500 million. The final price depends on how well the California-based company's experimental product for the treatment of advanced breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and other tumors does in clinical trials. The deal is expected to close in the second quarter of 2009. And finally, Pharmaceutical Product Development just completed its acquisition of AbCro, a contract research organization operating in Central and Eastern Europe. The North Carolina company said it gives them more power to provide a range of services, from clinical trial management and monitoring to patient recruitment to its already growing client base in the Balkans and surrounding countries. This is PVD's second acquisition in this part of the world. They bought Innofarm in Russia last year. Even as new leadership gets settled at the FDA, there's lingering controversy. This time, the focus is on the agency's device division. On Wednesday, the director of device evaluation called an all-hands meeting to discuss the strategic direction of the center. Sources say this was the first meeting in years where everyone was expected to be in the same room. The device division came under fire recently after President Barack Obama received letters from 9 dissident scientists charging that the agency officials had acted illegally and that patients were routinely put at risk by medical devices approved for sale despite objections from scientific reviewers. A congressional investigation was already open into the scientists' concerns, and just this week, more legislation was expected to be proposed to Congress to call for a closer look into the allegations. And Pfizer just can't seem to avoid the limelight as a marketing ploy has them walking another ethical tightrope. Last week, the controversy surrounded its Viagra boxer shorts in Ireland. Now it's a commercial involving a rat. Pfizer aired this ad in European movie theaters, trying to warn people about the dangers of purchasing prescription-only medicines over the internet. The Advertising Standards Authority received several complaints, calling it offensive and misleading. The ASA looked into the matter and ruled that the ad was intended to raise awareness of a serious issue and was designed to be hard-hitting. You decide. Stay connected to Beaker by signing up for our monthly newsletter on the homepage or through Twitter at username Chief Beaker. That's going to do it for this week. See you next Friday. I'm Brandy Aguilar with Beaker Beat.